Wall Street may be having two of its best years on record, but not everyone's going to see a big fat bonus. In fact, many will be getting zero, zilch, nada. And some banking firms look to cut bonuses due to public and government backlash. Tom Belesis says killing bonuses on Wall Street could have a negative repercussions for the entire economy. Tom is the CEO of John Thomas Financial. People out there watching the show who don't work on Wall Street are saying, is this guy nuts? Those guys don't deserve that money.
Well, listen, I think it's wrong in how what they feel and why they say people shouldn't get bonus for doing good at, their profession. I mean, let's look at it like this, Charles. Wall Street is hyper-competitive and inherently a risky place, to work. Like in every trade, you got a winner, and unfortunately, you have a loser. Having appropriate rewards in place for taking risk has always been a central function to Wall Street and capitalism itself.
I guess, though, the way people feel, we just had a guy on and we were debating a bus driver making $100,000. I think that's absurd. A lot of people would say, you've got someone sitting there pushing keys, taking risk with other people's money with no real consequences if they lose.
Listen, I agree on that notion, but let's call it how it is. You cannot say performance-based bonuses cause excessive risk. You curb risk by having necessary regulations in place to prevent the type of risk trading, heads I win, tails you lose type of trading. That's how you prevent the type of insanity that's happened over the last few years. I mean, let's look at the $90 billion bonus pool out there and compare it to any bailout.
By the way, that's just 5 Wall Street firms you're talking about.
That's it. Selected firms.
5 firms, $90 billion. That's the entire income of a lot of countries out there. 5 Wall Street firms are going to divvy up that cash.
Correct. And let me put it to this way. You have to ask yourself, has Wall Street gone back to work? The answer is yes. A lot of these selected firms have done great by their banks. They've put capital back to work, they've created employment, and they're helping businesses grow. So, in essence, they should be rewarded for the job they've done.
But see, here's the thing. Again, we get back to the bailout, right? TARP and things like that. They're doing great, and yet you've got 27 million people either out of work or underemployed. How do you reconcile the two?
I think you have to look at it on 2 aspects. The banks that were responsible for this disaster deserve not to give people bonuses or themselves not to get bonuses.
But some of that $90 billion are some of those banks, right? I mean, some of the bigger names out there.
You're right, but you have to also look at what have they contributed back to the economy? Have they created jobs? Have they helped businesses grow? I mean, we've had record IPOs in the marketplace. We have a lot more people,
Chinese IPOs.
Chinese IPOs, but that also filters into the American system as well, because they're going public here, Charles.
Here's the thing, Tom, and I hear this a lot, and it's gaining steam. People are just saying a lot of Wall Street used to be about raising money so you can open up a warehouse in Minnesota and a business in Minnesota or a business in Wisconsin. Now it's just a bunch of young guns pushing buttons all day, and they add nothing to the economy. They produce nothing. There's nothing tangible you can touch or feel. And everything they make, they put in their pocket. Everything they lose, the rest of the country pays for.
And I agree with you, Charles, on that notion. I mean, Wall Street was never about credit swaps, derivatives, subprime loans. It was always about capital formation, right? Raising capital to build companies here in America. So I agree very much with you on that notion. There's no question about it.
Do you worry, though, because this is still a great topic for President Obama and others. When you mention Wall Street, they still are considered villain number 1 in this country. Are you worried about making too much money too soon?
No, I'm not worried. And I think people who villainize Wall Street have the wrong perception of Wall Street. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. There were a few firms that put these products together. Not everyone should be categorized as a villain because a few bad people put, a bad seed into the economy. It doesn't work like that.
All right, well, I got to let you go, Tom. By the way, you're one of the best wrestlers out there. My wife loves you, and we've got Wall Street, so we're going to probably watch it tonight or sometime this week.
Thank you very much, Charles. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you, too.
Thank you very much.
Well, some travel.